And you're Suzanne, I heard your friend said. Are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you
Dom.
guys, and you're Don?
Dom, with an M.
Dom?
Dom.
Okay, Dom. I'm Mark.
Hi, Mark.
Hi. So you're here because of Milo, right?
I am.
And what is your concern with Milo?
My concern with Milo and Breitbart and Fox News is that they actively work to create more division in the United States. And I feel as though all of us as countrymen have gotten so emotional that we've stopped finding common ground and finding a rational conversation to have over what we need to do to create the country we want.
Right.
And I do feel as though there's a lot of dog whistle racism going on and all of that.
Okay.
I feel like there are very strong lines between the white supremacy movement and the Trump movement, and I'm extremely disappointed by that it's not getting called out. So I'm here just to advocate for the country I want.
Right.
You know?
Absolutely. And Dom was saying that he feels that it isn't a racist issue, that it's not racism, right?
I understand.
Not the least bit.
Right.
This school newspaper did an article on Milo calling him a white nationalist, and he actually reached out to them saying that he is not a white nationalist, and he would like them to put in an editor's note that he would distance himself from that movement. That's just what I want to clear up before you had any questions asked me.
Right. Yeah. No. Now, what does that make you feel? I mean, have you listened to what he said? Have you actually listened to?
We've been discussing for about 20 minutes.
Yeah, we've been talking to each other about a number of things. There's a lot of economic pressure in the United States, a direct result of trickle-down not working. And we will not have that come to Jesus conversation as a country because we are too busy debating something emotional.
So you would be willing to discuss with him an actual specific
We've been discussing for
so we're not really in misalignment here.
No, we're not. I mean, I'm disappointed
we're on two
that
different
Milo
sides,
has got
but we're having a civil discussion.
Support because
Unlike
he is
most
also,
people here.
Right.
He has also called out individuals and put them at risk of harassment, which I was so horrified. He was at a University of Wisconsin, and he called out a student there by name for being transgender, which is not okay with me.
I'm not okay with personal bullying. I cannot support everything he has done, but I am here to support him.
Fair enough. The personal bullying, I feel like he's in a position of power right now, and so are the newscasters on Fox News and the folks at Breitbart.
And
they're choosing a divisive and violent mode of operation and speech.
So there's a guy that's gay.
I think is not conducive to this country getting our shit together. Sorry.
I'm just listening. Yeah. No, I'm just trying to, it sounds like you're, a lot of people won't listen. You can't have a conversation like you're having.
No, exactly. There's some people blasting those people that are blasting those things. I tried to talk to them. I walked up and I said, will you explain to me why are you spreading your message on here? And none of them, they wouldn't talk to me. They said, we don't have to talk to you, please step away.
No,
and that is their God-given right. They don't have to talk to me, so I kindly walked away. But that's why I came over here, to talk to this nice woman who's willing to have a civil debate with me.
Right.
If I identify
specific
as
issues,
a man,
Yes.
and I use a male right,
Well, that's really great. So we can mend. We can come together.
We want to come together.
It's difficult with
Can we
the
both agree
disagreement
we want
over
to
what
come
is
together?
fact and what is not.
Well,
and that's very difficult for me to understand when I see people standing around with their cell phones and yet denying science. I'm like, nobody would be standing here with their cell phones if not for the scientific process.
what is
What was that now?
Nobody would be standing here with cell phones if not for the scientific process,
Oh,
the
yeah,
scientific
for sure.
method.
I
And
agree,
yet
but
now
who's denying
we have
science?
we have a climate denier now
Well,
in Trump's
Climate
cabinet.
change is not the most important thing, but I'll leave that for another day.
Well,
Yeah,
we're a bunch of climate change scientists,
Well,
and
I
I
think-
disagree with you.
Well,
And I disagree with you based on measurements. And
Yeah, I do
this
too.
isn't fancy math. This is
No,
this
I
is like a
understand.
thermometer.
No, exactly.
And
but
people
the thing
are
is,
denying
there's more
that the
ice
thermometer
in
is
2015
reading.
on Earth than there ever has been, according to the NASA pictures from space. So I'm just
More in the Antarctic, but then if you
well
go
in
to
the
another,
poles. Yes, you're correct.
yeah, there's other locations that are losing ice.
And you're right. It's not an A and B
Global
issue,
change
but
is
that's a
happening in
common
a very
rebuttal I like
severe
to
way.
use.
No, I used to live in Fairbanks, Alaska, and the things I've seen there I never saw before in my life. So I'm like, yeah, it's pretty hard to deny something's happening, but then it's a question of what do you do about it? See, that's
Exactly.
a more new. That's,
Exactly.
That's
I
I don't care about the rest.
dilemma
I care.
is.
Well, what are we going to do? I certainly support electric cars. I certainly support renewable energies. It's just a good idea all
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
So, and I think those are things we need to focus on. Like, okay, you can deny climate, fine, but can we just do this just in case you're wrong?
Yeah, but the thing is,
Yeah,
why
totally.
should we do that with all our money when all these other countries are not, and they will take
It's actually
advantage of
not
us
true.
to trade?
Most of the other financially stable countries are
What
switching
about
to
the emerging
renewables.
countries such as Indonesia, China,
Well-
Okay, let me
Korea?
finish my point. Most of
Okay.
the countries that are in the same economic and technical position that we are in are smart enough to quickly move to renewables. And we, because we have corporate America running our fucking country, are not doing that because they will lose money.
Most of the people in our country, in the world, are not in a position that the United States is in to do green energy. Like that's why
So how
China
does that
and Beijing,
affect-
you
how
can't
does
even
that
walk
affect
through-
our decision to not?
because we
Why would
cannot
we
let
not do
them
it?
become. It's about finances. We cannot let them take over the world while we, in our honorable effort to save the world,
Other financially
commit
stable
suicide.
countries are introducing
It comes
renewables
down
and
to-
not losing money.
Other countries are doing that. Maybe very small countries in
Well-
Big
Europe.
countries, Germany, France, hello, the
France.
Netherlands.
France
Yeah.
is on the
Finland.
brink of an alt-right.
God.
Marine Le Pen is going to become
There are-
president
yeah.
of
That
there.
does not
There's
change their
some big-
energy policy.
Yeah.
No, the world is changing very fast. The Paris Climate Summit will lose trillions of dollars.
Yeah, that's a more nuanced conversation.
Yeah,
in terms
exactly.
of-
We'll get into that on another day.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, but I think that I would agree with you. I am not happy about Trump's strangeness there, but I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm more of a cultural conversation supporter.
well, the way I see you, you got a cameraman. You're a fly on the wall, man. You're just talking to us, like you're just an observer.
Well, not a Missouri.
I mean-
I think you need to
And you
put
guys
yourself
have
out
to
there.
understand, the three of us are a minority in this country for being engaged and interested and involved in politics.
Most
Half
of the
the
people
country
don't
did
even
not
vote.
vote.
And that's why
I didn't vote, but I'll tell you why.
You didn't support either.
Yeah, because I couldn't. My vote didn't count, and there are other issues on the ballot
Yeah.
that I didn't know.
They
And
tried
I
to
said,
defraud my vote.
I said, you
I
know
didn't
what? I'm going to give everyone my vote. Their votes count just a half a more, And I just like, so I gave my vote away, but
Yeah.
because I didn't feel strong about any of the issues I had on my ballot, so I said I'm going to give it away.
We were talking, and she has her sign. It's kind of small text. I couldn't read it, but she's far left. I'm alt-right, as you might say it. I agree with 9 out of 10 of these things. It's just we have different ways of playing it. All people are equal. Yes. Love wins. Of course. Everyone matters. You're welcome as long as you come into the country legally, vetted, of course. Disabilities? Yes, I'm related and I am disabled. Women are in charge of their bodies. Fuck yeah, they are. People on the planet are valued over profit. That's the 1 out of 10 I don't necessarily agree with. And hell yeah, diversity is celebrated. That's why we're having this discussion.
I would say value comes from people.
Yeah.
Meaning people are the generators of value. Therefore, they're valuable in the fact that they generate value. So that's kind of where you get where value comes from. So if you're not valuing people, then you're going to actually hurt your bottom line because you need them to buy your products. So it's not an either or. So sometimes we get in this either or sequence. I think it's not either or. It's kind of looking at both, how they
No,
complement.
yeah, exactly. That's why this is actually the first nice woman that would have a civil discussion with me. No one else would talk to me.
Well, I want to talk to you. You'll have a civil discussion.
Yeah.
No.
Done with that.
It's great talking to you guys. I had to go find my friends before the thing
All
starts.
right.
Good night.
Wait, Mark?
With Mark. Yep.
Sarah?
Suzanne.
Suzanne.
Dawn, right?
Dom. Great to meet
Hey,
you.
Suzanne. Thanks. I appreciate it. Are you supervising?
doing anything except watching.
So why are you here?
Why am I here?
Yeah. Just curious. Do you teach on campus or
No.
want to teach? I have a job for you. No.
Just here to observe.
Just as an observer.
Excuse me?
Just as an observer. Where? So are you from
Yes,
Seattle area?
I am. Excuse me.
Oh, sure.
It is the CIA. We need a wall between every.
Anything good?